Welcoming you back to Crypto's juiciest news. We're about to mog all the non-believers. Did Richard Hart just say a big fat bullish essay accompanying many big price pumps in PulseChain? What's going on with Trump and China? Are more companies buying Ethereum? And Ethereum itself, it's about to turn 10 on July 30. We are gonna mog. But right now, we've actually been mogged for 4.5 years, so hopefully it changes. BTC, friends, $118,000. Also, because we are entering a new era of adoption now, which basically just means a lot of normies, I've now changed my emoji scheme for how I'm going to emoji color for Bitcoin or Ethereum. I've simplified it. So before, it was multifaceted. There was a rocket emoji if you went absolutely beaming, very rare in the year, very rare. Then it was normally a green emoji, which means we'd go up, we were feeling bullish. Blue was we're stalling out, but we had just gone up before, but we didn't actually just go up. We're still bullish, right? Green and blue were chilly. Orange was it's not looking good, you know, so just stop feeling so bullish. Yellow was just caution, and then obviously the red we'd been dumping. And then in a few occasions as well, I'd put the blood emoji, which means it was pretty much game over. And if I just put the knife, it just, yes, all these are representations. Now, I've changed it. Now it's just going to be up or down, green or red. Because when normies come in, I mean, they don't understand what the hell. What's proof of wank? Proof of stake, I don't understand this. So to them, they don't even know how. You know, Bitcoin mining is just yield, right? It's yield. They're going, but yield? I think that's like what you're getting back to. They don't get anything. All they know is oop or anti-oop. That's it. Oop is green. Anti-oop is anti-green, which is red. But I'm not going to dumb it down too much because Ethereum, you're staying a tulip emoji, you piece of crap, until you actually pump above 5,000 and finally do what you're out meant to do. Now, BTC friends, remember, a monthly candle still graces us. BTC is actually still cranking $118,000, $119,000. You can see how Bitcoin is like trapped in this $2,000 range. What's actually happening is people are trying to buy it, but there's a lot of distribution going on and people are buying altcoins, okay? Now, as you can see, friends, this candle for meth, it's actually been pumping very hard. This is the Ethereum chart on the monthly. So this is a very strong, fierce, powerful candle. Hopefully, the next one just slices right on through. It's going to be, obviously, it's going to do some battling, but I don't think it's going to do much fighting at all. Funny, too, the ETH-BTC ratio is very strong. Wow, that's very, very, very nice. However, it did kind of do a nice one back here before it came back down as well. Okay, so we don't really know. We'll see. We'll see. Depends how much scamming and manipulation have it. Maybe we will be able to go back to that 0.04, 0.05 area and make things whole. That'll be beautiful to see. I'm going to go down and be a bit naughty. Let's go down to the daily time frame for Bitcoin. This is the daily super chain. Remember, we're still hanging around here. Somehow, and don't ask me how, but James Wynn gets bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. I don't know what's going on, bro. Just a couple of percentage moves. We thought it was psyops. It's not psyops. Like, even if I'm silly, how could you even change your mind that many times? So remember the big calls, friends. We're here to manifest crypto to 10 trillion. Crypto to 10 trillion. That's what we're here to do. Crypto to 10 trillion. We are starting to shoot up. We're almost going to hit 4 trillion, 3 to 4. That zone is where we are now. So who cares about everything here? We care about where we're going, and that is up here. Also, I have a message from Ade, who's actually got, we're going to have to add this to Juicy News. We're doing this live, friends. We're pretty much doing this live. I'm going to post a picture, but I'll show you what it's in reference to. Also, on a side note, friends, a couple of you wondering about my Juicy News yesterday. It's 20 minutes, which is, you know what? You don't even deserve more than 10 for a freaking week. Nah, I'm joking. I love you all. But I'm just saying, yeah, I had to do it 20 minutes. Why? I was running on very low sleep. Not feeling the best. Halfway through a coffin, but I had to push on. Okay, I have to. I don't know. Something just telling me we'll sleep when we're dead. So I appreciate all the loving, caring, and friendship messages. Everyone saying, take a break, Rest. No. Not until our bags pump. Now, speaking of pumping, let's check out ETH BTC. The Bitcoin dominance ratio. Remember, this thing is wicking lower and lower and lower and lower. I like it. I like it every step of the way. Every step of the way. We've got a long way to go with these. A long way. To be honest, friends, I'd love to see. This is what you think you want to see. Yay! But that means actually it's all over fast, all right? It'd be in our best interest to have these like little pit stops, right? Because that just traps everyone getting in. And I'll be saying, you know what? I just don't think it's low enough yet. And that'll really piss people off. And then something like that happens. But don't worry about any of that, right? So obviously it's completely outside of our control. We're going to be waiting and seeing, are there any other, like, intergalactic moonshot signs from the rest of the market? We have a lot of exotic top signals to think about. I'm now going to show you Ethereum, friends. Remember, Ethereum, this is the CME gap. It closed at 3725. It's going to open at like 3825 or whatever. It's going to be around here. So, yes, we've got a long way to go. We've got a long way. But it can happen fast. But, like, yeah, it's true, right? It's true. It's crypto. It can happen fast. I just hate it, man. It's snake oil salesman talk. Like, it could be a god candle any day now. It could happen right fast, friends. It's just like, I just don't like put wishful thinking to people because, look, we know nothing ever happens. Friends, on PolyMarket, there's a guy, he started with $70,000. All right? He has bet no on every single PolyMarket question. Will Trump firepower this month? Will rates be done this? Will this happen? Will that happen? Will someone announce aliens? Is this guy going to beat this fight? Or whatever. Every single thing, he just votes no. And in a year, he has 4x'd his account. So, he's up to almost 300,000. He's just been putting no. Yeah, and you're like, oh, why don't I do that? Well, just chill out because from a year ago, friends, you think about it, like Ethereum's almost up 2x. Yeah, because Ethereum was about 2,300 a year ago, right? So he got like a 2x on a 2x on the ETH, right? But you're up for a lot more than that, right? And by the way, people have been posting about him for a while now, so I wonder if everyone else is going to try to do it. Also, like it's not free, yeah, because you have to deploy capital. I don't know what money it takes. Maybe it takes like USDC. If you put money into that market to bet on no, that's working capital. Another alternative, some say opportunity cost of that could be where you actually deploy the USDC, which is cuck dollars right now, and you actually use it to purchase altcoins or something. This is the PumpFun price. I just wanted to show you, friends. I don't know why. I just like checking it out. It's just because, if in PulseChain, we were like buying the dips on the way down and Ethereum and stuff. And now you're just watching the people who are coming first in crypto for the past year and a half, Soylana. You were just watching them going, it's cheap, it's cheap, it's cheap, it's cheap, it's cheap here. Oh, it's totally cheap here. And then like, it's kind of funny, man. Like guys, they literally told you they're going to grift you. You know what I mean? I hope it all works out. BonkFun, the Soylana competitor of the JPEG meme launcher on the chain, BonkFun is now doing like 80% of the volume and PumpFun's down to 20%. Wow, what a turnaround, right? You might say, oh, BonkFun's amazing. Everyone's still losing in the casino, right? In BonkFun, friends, a lot of the volume there is like, yeah. We hate PumpFun because PumpFun's not using all their money to buy all the tokens up. Friends, it's literally like you go to Las Vegas casino and let's say they stop giving you free alcohol after 10, even though you gamble. And you're like, oh, protesting. I'm going to go gamble in Macau. Yeah, but it doesn't change the game. Doesn't change the odds. You're still going to lose money. Oh, I love this, man. The people, I don't know. It's just, what? There's a lot of new people are financing crypto. That's why, look, it's not easy because nothing's easy. Okay, nothing's easy. But the upside's huge because once these people get emotionally switched on, they don't know what the hell they're doing. You know what I mean? No price is too high for them to buy. Now, friends, I think it's time for us to crank it just a little bit. Let's try something different. This is the Pulse Sol ratio, okay? This is what we'll be tracking here. Because remember, this is PulseChain being dog poop, and this is Soylana being strong as you go down, okay? Went down forever. I like to track it here. Why? Because down here, the great Ivan sold all his Pulse. He reversed it into Soy, okay? So, I mean, like, I ask Ivan as well. This is just something to think about, right? Because friends, I'm just trying to help, bro. I'm just trying to help, you know what I mean? But here's the thing. Look, what I've noticed in life, friends, right before the biggest wins, especially in markets, you can't help anybody because I'm looking for big asymmetric upside stuff. So the more I look for that, or the more I'm closer to one, the more of a retardio skits you look. Yeah. It's almost like you found an alternative medicine. You're like, hey, man, eat these mushrooms. They cure cancer. You know what I mean? There's like huge upside for that. And they're like, look at these weird. You know, no one listens. No one listens. But that's okay. This is the Pulse Soy ratio, right? So Ivan got around. He got out down here somewhere. Okay. He sold all of it. So I'm just going to be tracking, friends, because we love Ivan. Ivan on Tech. One of the greatest shows in crypto as well. If Pulse just continues to rocket from here, and it's up 50%, which is very, very easy for that thin thing to do plus 50% move. I mean, check out what it did back when Richard Hart said he's going to fight the SEC. In 2 weeks, it did 175%. That's a 2.75x. So imagine that happen again. That'd bring us all the way up here, okay? The good thing is it would flip the green, the super trend. See this super trend? This is the most important level, by the way. Pulse Soy is about 38% away from the most important level. When that flips green, I will be kindly, in a very family-friendly way, telling Ivan, hey, bro, the ratio's flipped. Okay, so what are you going to do? You know, you got in because the ratio flipped red. Are you going to go back now? This is a weekly chart. We don't screw around on the weekly chart, bro. By the way, just to let you know, this is the weekly strip chart. Ivan's Tech, I think his indicator that he sells, because friends, I'm just a freak. Like I could already tell, it basically it's just a super trend, but it doesn't use as many. It's not as wide of a band. It's like a faster look back, which basically means that it flips a bit more commonly, just a bit faster. It flips a bit faster. So I guarantee you, when this is flipped green, when he pulls it up on his show, he goes, hey, look at the PulseChain, guys. Where's Richard? Is Richard back? Hey, Richard. It would have flipped green already. Okay, but this is the thing, friends. These don't accidentally just flip green when the guy who used to live on top of a sandwich shop starts writing essays and he sends everything coordinated down to zero, and now we're on the way up. That's all I'm saying. Oh, plus the 200,000 free electronic gifts, right? Don't know what part of the body they're going into, but that's coming in 3 weeks. And a lot of people have asked as well, Sommi, who's going to get those gifts? Who's going to get those gifts? I don't know. I've just heard rumors down the pipeline, and I could be hearing voices down my head, friends. You know what I mean? So, but I've just heard like it's going to the richest addresses in America. So, I mean, you guys tell me, is the satanic Hollywood Hills? I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's somewhere in the richest suburbs. Oh, man, friends, I'm just having a look at the SOL-eth ratio as well. My gosh, you guys are about to get dicked. Like, you know. Oh, well. Friends, you know why this is important, man? This is where Raoul Pal got in, bro. Can you imagine Raoul Pal? Like, think about this. You bet that Soylana was going to take over Ethereum, and you got it right. But right now, you're only a 2.2x on top of Ethereum. Like, that's like all that effort, all that adoption. Think about the friend. That's why it's tough, man. There's 500 coins here. Soylana and BNB were the 2 out of 500 that pumped in 2024 and held the pump. The other 3, so Fetch, Floki, and Injective, they went up, but they dropped 89% after. So you got the thing about this, man, you got the 2 out of 500 coins right. And they're like, adoption. It was so obvious. It was so obvious. I want, it's so obvious. Adoption. All right, bro, what about your adoption now? You're only 2x above Ethereum. Oh, my God. And that's if you got here. They didn't get in there, friends. They bought when Ansoy started paying all those bitches to fly him over for 20 grand. When did they get in? They got in like here. So actually, bro, you'll break even on your Ethereum. What to do? So yeah, baby, let's look. What you'll come to find is, no matter how big the thesis is, the fundamentals, the indicator will flip. Everything will just be obvious to you because most of you come in with an open mind. You know what I mean? You come in with an open mind. I mean, you're watching a dude who literally wears Pokemon hoodies, pegs his own nipples on the internet. He runs the most family-friendly show in crypto, and my hat says "Heard him for a squirtin'." You know what I mean? So like, you're ready to win here. But you will find that even when this pulse soy ratio goes up, okay, even when that happens, and I'm showing, hey, everything's going up, adoption. Here's a stablecoin super cycle. pDAI's running up with it. Look at HEX to better Bitcoin. Look at ink green logo. PulseX has a buy and burn. Bro, you don't have to believe in, friends, you don't even have to believe in the world's greatest first cycle unicorn for us. Dude, PulseX is buying and burning 7.46%. That's actual buy and burn. It's real DeFi. It's real utility. It's decentralized BNB. You'll find, even if you stack all of them up, a lot of the people you know of still not going to buy. They're still not going to buy. Okay. And, you might think of you think of any reason like, oh, no, they don't want their audience to get rich or whatever. No, it's not that. It's not that. It's friends. It's literally just remember Peter Schiff, Uncle Peter Schiff. Okay. Uncle Peter Schiff, he made a brag post about Bitcoin and gold where he basically said, look, I'll translate for you. Remember, I read it for you. He goes, I am so rich that gold going up 67% is basically making me so wealthy that I don't even need Bitcoin, which is only up 27% in that same period. And it was just so cocky. But there you go, friend. Like, literally, bro, Uncle Peter Schiff, okay? Get your arms around those girls. You haven't checked their ID. And listen to me for 5 seconds. You've basically cost everybody who's listened to you for 15, 14 years now. You have cost them multi-generational wealth in Bitcoin because you were already rich and you don't need to take as many risks to make a lot of money anymore. Because he's almost a billionaire. What a sad wealth, and that's what it is, right? So you got to remember that. But here's the thing, it's not like he owes anybody anything, but that's the truth, friends. So you really got to think about, friends, you ever heard that saying about the hungry, hungry wolf, right? I'm a hungry, hungry wolf. So are you, right? That's who you always want to be. You never want to be the fat wolf or the fat wolf sitting on top of the mountain who's fat and pudgy. His man boobs are lactating, right? And just doing nothing. You want to be the hungry, hungry wolf climbing the mountain. If you're a hungry, hungry wolf, you're the one who's you end up finding something. You find something that ends up winning. It's what it's the same thing in sports. It's the same thing in business, no matter what it is. But why crypto gets a bit tough is it's not just about being the hungry, hungry wolf, okay? The people who are not hungry wolves, man, they're smart. They can do some mad psyops on you. They can write really long essays. They can give you all these reasons why it's never going to work. This thing sucks. Soylana's got all the adoption. Bitcoin is never going to be digital gold. They can write really convincing things, can't they? And they just get straight into your head. That's why it's tough. It really is tough. Because what do you do? I mean, firstly, how do I even know I'm right? I don't know I'm right. You know what I mean? So that's it, friends. The dice gets rolled and you just hope that, you're going to do okay. But also that's why I hedged myself with this. I'm like, you know what? Before I even have an opinion on anything in crypto, why don't I go sniff some chairs in our bear market? I want to go find out, why does this crypto have value? Not like, oh, Bitcoin. No, bro, shut up. Why does Bitcoin have value? It doesn't do anything. Why do people hold it? I wanted to go down down to the deepest molecular level. Why does it have value? Why does any of these have value? Why are they holding? And some people might say, oh, because I want to make money. Yeah, bro, but no, it's not good enough. Why are they holding? Every coin's just another logo. They're not using any of them. And then, friends, I gave you the answer, right? Memes, cults, religions. I gave it there for you. Check this out. Richard Hart does a bullish post as PulseChain core coins rise. We're going to crack on. I'm going to show you. This is a screenshot of the PulseChain core coins. Right now we have Pulse going up 14%, PulseX 20, Inc 13. This is HEX. I don't know why the text just went red. Here you go. 28% for the Better Bitcoin here and 10% for the other Better Bitcoin EHEX. pDAI and PWBTC taking a breather, doing nothing, and DeFi up 11%. So it's a step in the right direction. Of course, they're great. Like, yeah, we've gone up, but like Pulse being under sack price after 4 years, you know, we've still got a long way to go. Hopefully, we do get some sort of God candle pump. Cracking on as well, friends. The White House, not to be confused with the Black House, is going to release a report on Wednesday on the feasibility of a national crypto stockpile. Wow, let's listen.
According to the administration's crypto task force, that report will be a set of recommendations around potential regulation ahead, including the feasibility of a strategic national stockpile of crypto.
Wow, they said crypto. Is that gonna be the undertone retailer narrative for the rest of the year to pump us up? Could be. We don't know. And just remember, friends, I hope you've learned a lot by the time we've got here now. The narrative is just bullshit, bro. The narrative is always for Gazis. It's always a new narrative, whatever it is. If there was no stockpile, but Powell was cutting rates, that would be the narrative. Okay? If Powell wasn't cutting rates and there was no stockpile, China's printing right now. That's the narrative. Do you see what I mean? It doesn't matter, man. The N-word is the worst thing in investing. It's all for Fugazi, bro. What about the narrative? Every time I hear the word narrative, I think I'm just complete noob. It's every single time noob. It's like people are like, oh, but the narrative going on is this, but the narrative. Do you want to know why? Because you're a blue-pilled sheep cuck. You're a blue-pilled cuck. Because when they talk about narrative, okay, what they're basically meaning is that it's like your heart has a door. Yeah, your being, your soul has a door and it's open. And like you're looking for something to take in, and they're like, oh, I'm hearing this narrative and I don't want to accept that, but I want to accept that narrative. You look at the chart, dude. You look at the chart, you look at the people. Okay, that's what matters. That's what the price action moves everything first, not this story. We make up the story after. If HEX was $1, I'll just be, the narrative will be out there, BlackRock's buying HEX, right? You know, someone's bought it. You know what I mean? We make stuff up, friends. Things just get made up. If you haven't learned it by now, I've got no time to explain it for you, all right? Warren Buffett, friends, he has an indicator. So Warren Buffett, this thing, he's got a Buffett indicator. So what he does is, this has been his long-term indicator thing. So it's basically the total value of the market cap of stocks divided by GDP. So basically, what it measures is he wants to measure the ratio of what does the casino, how much value is in the casino, the stock market, divided by how much value of dollars is in the economy, GDP. So he does a ratio of that, right? So the theory is if the stock market's too high, that number's too high, it's like, wait, the casino's worth more than the economy. Well, this indicator's been getting blown to bits to the upside for a long time. So that's why, friends, you know, a lot of people, they have been selling the stocks since here. Zombie virus, everything. And that's why everyone really thought it was game over in 2020, right? So what's actually happening here, friends? Well, money printing, okay? That's what's been happening. They've been debasing money. So that's what happens, right? When they print money, okay, most of the time they print it. So, friends, you don't need to buy 7 drumsticks tonight. You eat 4. You know what I mean? So people go and invest it. It ends up in stocks and assets. So they keep printing money and doesn't end up in the real economy. He just keeps ending up in the stock market because people want to keep storing the wealth of it. And that's why that thing is gliding up over time. And it's pretty much been breaking all paradigms. But that indicator is what Warren Buffett, he used to talk about this for like decades. If I go check it out here, he used to talk about this indicator for decades, friends. You see how he used to have this median line. He's like, oh, we're cheap, we're cheap, we're cheap. Oh no, .com bubble. This was a .com bubble. Tech stocks, too expensive. Oh no, in GFC, right before we're too expensive. Now we're cheap. And then just look what happens. What happens after this? They just start money printing, blow this through the roof, right? So the indicator's just blown apart. That's why, friends, like, you really got to think about what you're actually doing when you're using any indicator. Any indicator, right? You actually got to understand it. If you don't understand it or what's going on, then you miss out on big opportunity. I mean, look at Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin didn't fit into any indicator. None. I mean, look at pDAI. See what I mean? There's no indicator for them. But you're looking for stuff where the indicators don't apply. But, you know, it's easier said than done. Ethereum has now turned age 10, friends. So that's pretty much July 30. So it's pretty much here. Ethereum age 10. Vitalik has done this long giant post on it as well. So actually this is Richard Hartz. So Vitalik says, yay, we accomplished or not. Yada yada. Thank you, human population. And he actually says in it, I'll read it. He says, Ethereum has been online 10 years straight. 0 pauses, 0 maintenance windows. So what he's doing is, friends, he's taking a stab at Soylana. In that meantime, he said, Facebook's went down for 14 hours. AWS froze for 17 hours. Cloudflare dropped 19 data centers. Alternative layer ones, he goes, well, you know, so he's talking about Soylana and all these other things. He goes, every centralized giant blinks. They rely on-call humans and scheduled downtime, but Ethereum never stops. Not through the forks, crashes, bubbles, lawsuits, hacks, wars. And every kind of drama the internet can throw on it. And it's not thanks to a CEO or a hotline. It's not because someone saved it. It's because we all did. That was reposted, actually, by Vitalik. But I know what you're thinking. You say, Sommi, pump the price and shut up. I agree. I agree. We're monkeys. We're all monkeys. You know, it's funny, friends. Don't let anybody shame you for wanting the price to go up. These people only have careers because the price went up. You know, if Ethereum never made it past 10 million market cap, this guy would have 7 followers and everyone would just call him a scam. You're like, oh yeah, you're like Gainsey and that scam you ran in like 2017, didn't you? And you just abandoned the project and it just went to dog shit. You see what I mean? So everyone needs the price to go up. Everyone. And so what do you think what does price go up means? It pretty much means everyone needs long-term believers to buy the supply and hold. Now, obviously, earth-shattering news, because I know you all love hearing about Pakistan. Pakistan's young population is driving a surge in Bitcoin adoption with 40 million crypto wallets and growing interest. Now, why I put that in, friends, is just to show you, this is the Pakistan median age of Pakistan guys owning Bitcoin. All around the world, crypto adoption's going up. Young people want it. Millennials, Generation Z, the beta generation, all of them. Pretty much all the brain rot TikTok 15-second generation, they're all in crypto. And they're going to keep getting into crypto, right? I mean, look, friends, look at you. You're not changing now. Well, think about all these young kids. They're only going to see it go up. They're not going to touch any of this other stuff. Like, there's 0% chance they're just going to start moving into stocks in 10, 15 years from now. 0. That's how we know crypto's got some big, big upside. That's why I think crypto at 10 trillion, it's great for now, but that's still racist. Like, the world stock market's 200 trillion, you know what I mean? Pretty much. We deserve higher. Defiance Capital has bought $114 million worth of meth. So you're starting to see now, remember I told you this so many times, nobody wants to be first, no one wants to be last. People love being second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and everything else, okay? So hopefully more Ethereum accumulation happens. Visa's crypto head Sheffield says stablecoins won't disrupt this US retail but will reshape cross-border payments in emerging markets. Once again, another day, stablecoin supercycle continues. It is a stablecoin supercycle. It's going to be the big thing, friends. Remember, if you watch, I've done the highest value content videos here. Friends, if you really want to understand what the hell is going on, just watch PulseChain's. You actually watch this video, What's in My Pants, as well. This is a really good episode. PulseChain secret weapon. Richard Hart succeeds where Terra Luna failed. Okay, so I dropped some stuff here you probably never heard of before. So I called Dildo Kwon, Luna founder, a visionary. And I said he was right. And he actually was. He wanted a chain. He had a vision where I want a chain and I want a native stablecoin in there. Because that's the perfect thing. And everyone thought it was crazy back then. And he was halfway to completing it. But then Luna UST went to zero because he didn't do it right. Okay, he messed up. He panicked in the wrong situations and stuff. Okay, so, but he was right though. He was just one cycle too early, right? Unfortunately, like he did the stablecoin, but he did the algo stablecoin, and we had not had a cycle of them all failing for him to know that's the wrong move, right? So obviously Richard's watching, and he's got a bit of a twist when he now I don't know, friends. By the way, it could be Richard, could not be, but I'm just telling you, yeah. Kwon, in a nutshell, friends, Luna could have made it. It could have made it. Where did they go wrong? You might say, oh, is it algo stablecoin? Is it the flaws of the code? Nope. They could have made it. Okay. How could they have made it? And the answer is when Kwon, fans, he had 40,000 Bitcoin in the treasury. Okay. As it started to depeg, he kept selling Bitcoin to try peg it. And he kept selling Bitcoin as it went lower. He bought Bitcoin at $40,000. He had 40,000 of the BTC. And as it hits 28, he's selling it to try repeg it. And the market would panic, and it would panic, and it would panic, and it would panic. So what he should have done, obviously this is total hindsight. What he should have done was let every single person get out, say nothing, and then when it's like 1 cent, you start accumulating, okay? Because Luna UST could have pegged if Bitcoin's about 250K. So yeah, there would have been 4 years of like lawsuits and people getting angry and stuff out here, but it would have eventually worked, right? It would have worked. I mean, think about it. Richard Hart kind of disappeared for 4 years. So that's how it could have actually worked. But why I go through it with you, but I show you how, hey, okay, now imagine you remove the depeg part. Imagine just that Luna UST starts at 1 cent or like 0.01 cents. Well, you got the pDAI situation now. That's I'm trying to open your mind. That's why, friends, I'm telling you, we've never seen anything like this before. Richard Hart, he looked at this and he's like, huh. He probably knew. Richard's probably watching our friends. He probably knew, hey, Kwon, like, I know what you should have done. Richard actually made a comment. He made one post saying, hey, Kwon, buying high and selling low is not going to help you peg. Which means selling the low of Bitcoin is not going to help you peg right now. So what Richard's done is looked at this chart. And he's like, yeah, you know what's interesting? He's like, I know. What if, it's funny, this is like the PulseChain launch, right? This is the PulseChain launch. And everything just goes down, right? Because it just goes down and down and down. There's no liquidity because there's no backing. There's no expectations of this to be backed at all. So anybody who buys here, total believer. Total believer. So he's going to like inverse this. If it works out. If it doesn't work out, then like obviously we've lost our marbles. So we'll see. But yeah, I hope you friends have an appreciation. It's like me, I find a lot of answers. I don't know everything. I spend a lot of time trying to find answers. And with this, see, your brain's probably like, but what would happen and how would this work out? Yes, you don't understand. That's the alpha, okay? The alpha is not in some freaking shitty sign up to my Bybit trading exchange or come use this bot to try market make on this thing and you're going to get wrecked when everything goes down only later on. That's not alpha, bro. The alpha's not, oh, let's go join the trenches. Let's keep sucking on the toes of the LA vape cabal as they change coins every 48 hours with that pimple-faced kid who's dumping every 7 seconds on the copy traders. That's not alpha, man, okay? Alpha is where you're looking at something And you're like, wait a minute, I've never seen anything like that before. That's alpha. In crypto, that's alpha. People who came to Bitcoin and they said, I've never seen anything like it before. Guess what? That worked out. People who came to Ethereum, they're like, dude, firstly, I didn't even know aliens exist. Now you're telling me he founded this new coin thing with the smart contract platform? I don't know what the hell a smart contract platform is. I didn't know aliens could even talk like us or barely kind of look like us, talking about Vitalik. And he's like, well, I've never seen anything like that before. I'm in. Okay? That's why it's tough, right? Because when you say I've never seen it before, that means like there's more question marks. And we have a fear of the unknown, right? But that's it. Okay, you want to win? This is what you got to do. Michael Chad Saylor has hinted at another Bitcoin purchase. So apparently Fence is going to buy like another $2 billion Doonies out here. This is Michael Chad Saylor. He made that post with the orange. He said it all began with $250 million in Bitcoin. 250 million was his first purchase. Remember, his average price now is almost 72,000. It's going to keep raising and raising. And he just keeps finding money. So what's actually happening, friends, is they're starting to get slightly dangerous where they're just inventing new shares and like just traps for people. They're like, oh, I'll pay you 10% yield, but you're third preference, but you get 6% up front, and then you get this preference over this, and we'll get like they're just making up bull crap. You're just basically promising. It's like you're an altcoin. You're like, well, I'm going to give you yield, and I'm going to give you staking, and it's going to be a buy and burn, and it's going to go and get listed on Binance, and the coin's going to be able to do the backflips, and then it gives you an NFT, and then it gives you voting. You know what I mean? You're just throwing stuff at it just to grab all the money, but eventually we'll exhaust it. Just not yet. Not yet. China, friends, and the US have agreed to extend their pause and tariffs another 90 days. Oh, man, friends, I swear, man, that meme is so real. Nothing ever happens. It's so real, man. Nothing ever happens. Just so many things. Just nothing ever happens. I think I have a vision prophecy. I think we're all going to say nothing ever happens for like a long time. I think it's going to catch over to the whole world. And then I think an alien's going to appear or something. I think something's actually going to happen one day, but not anywhere near time soon. So we'll see. I mean, bro, we found the pedophile island. We found the 1,000 victims. They're assassinating the victims who talk. We found the guy running it. We filmed him in jail. We found his associate, Ghislaine. Like, something's meant to happen now. And the president? Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Who's that guy? Jeffrey Epstein? Never heard of him. Good guy. Never heard of him, though. I mean, they really take it far. Nothing ever happens. Now, if some of you speak duck, you would like to listen to Richard Hart here. He's had a postie. So I will now read what Richard said. He said, so crypto, what are you going to do when the mass marketing starts ripping faces off? He's talking about PulseChain, right? He goes, people are going to hear about PulseChain, PulseX, HEX, and Pump.tires directly before they hear about anything else. They're going to hold something in their hands that works great and is impressive. Something they're not going to throw away. HEX did a 10,000x in price the first time while being murdered with deca millions in fees to Ethereum. Now PulseChain exists when Pulse goes up. HEX goes up. Pulse, PulseX, HEX, Pump Tires. They all reinforce each other. Coin burning everywhere you look. It's amazing. Dry powder ready to explode. The weak hands shaken out violently. Amazing designs and reliability with years of track record. The match is nearly struck. Be ready for greatness. And haters, you might as well get your memes ready because you're going to be very butthurt. So I don't know what this thing is, Season's Greetings. I think this is some sort of ape penetrating Yeti. And thank you to Mr. Ade, who made a Your Friend Sommi version of that. Here I am penetrating the Yeti as well. Me on my 30-minute lunch break from working McDonald's. Here we go out here. So Season's Greetings. So, yeah, I mean, like, I know, man. We believe it. It just doesn't hit, bro. I'll just be honest. It doesn't hit. It doesn't. You need the green candle up, man. We all know it, man. We all know it. Let's not pretend like, oh, it's going to be a little, bro. It's been 4.5 years, dude. Not 4.5 weeks, not 4.5 months. It's been 4.5 years. You know, like, friends, the last thing people remember is, I'll just show you. Like, this is what everyone knows this. Like, in 2022, Bitcoin, do you remember, friends, when everyone in crypto was calling Richard Hart a failed scammer? Bitcoin was 16,000. Let's go to November 2022. Bitcoin was 16,000 and then it ran up 600%, right? That's a 7x. Do you want to go to November 2022 for HEX? Let's check it out here. HEX in November 2022 was, oh my gosh, it was 3 cents. It was 3 cents. Now, of course, this is just EHEX by itself because you got the copyright. But, I mean, this thing drops 97% down from that bear market. So it's still down 87%. I don't know, people say, oh, but the airdrop. Okay, dude. But then I'll go show you combined HEX price. Combined HEX price is here. It's 1.2 cents. Okay. So remember, we were at 3 cents all that time ago. So we're still down 60%. Do you know what I mean? So like, yeah, I know everyone's excited. Oh, things are going to be great. Things are going to be great. I think everyone's just worn out, by the way. And also, just to let you know, friends, it's most of that, it's not actually Richard in terms of why we haven't moved up. It's the business cycle, okay? Because, you know, I've shown you thousands of times again. It all comes down to business ISM, right? Business ISM being down for so long. But we'll see. We'll see. I can tell you, though, all they're just... If HEX just gets above 3 cents, that's it. Everyone's going to pretend like, you know, oh, everything's going to be great all over again. That's what you want. So hopefully that mass marketing thing does start soon. We've been waiting forever and ever and ever. Yeah, I'm just very curious to see as well those next few months. Remember, we've had one green others BTC candle pretty much finishing now. And I'm not going to be worried until we have 4 in a row. So July's green. Okay, if others BTC finishes August, September, and October all green, so it's 4 red in a row, 4 green in a row, then we can talk about anything. Until then, holding and praying. Like, subscribe, belly button all. Catch you soon.